You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
Intelligent-ish talk, that intelligent shit talk. I am here right now. Thank y'all for joining today's reading for the week. Then I'm gonna read some of y'all. Welcome. And this is brought to you by our esteemed sponsor for today's show, Miss Jayla. Lightthemood.com for the candle connoisseur. Yeah, this is for the candle connoisseur. I'm telling you right now, her candles are the shit. I shouldn't use that word, the shit, because shit stinks. These goddamn candles smell good. They just smell as good as they look. I swear I was burning some on. I didn't burn any yesterday, but I burned some on Sunday. I think I had that candle burning for like 10 hours. And it burned the whole 10, and I still got a whole lot left. These candles burn for days. Very, very, very high quality. Lightthemood.com. And get 40% off when you use my product code, Weed Smoke 22. Yeah. Yes. Welcome. We are here. Thank you to everybody that stopped through last night during my Q&A session. Had a lot of fun. I miss y'all. I've been busy. I ain't been able to come live as much as I want to. But I'm here today. You know what I mean? I'm here today. And we will be here. We are reading the card of the week. This week is a 4 of Diamonds week. In cardology, every month has a card. Every week has a card. And every day has a card. Know what I'm saying? Let me show you my calendar. Let me see if I can screen share. Hold on. Let me see here. Can I browser share? Nope, not that browser. I don't want y'all looking at my Facebook page. Where the hell? No. That's not what I want. I want the... No. So that means I can't do browser share. Let me... Hold on. I can't get to the screen I want to get. Well, I can get to, but I don't feel like figuring it out. Well, anyway, it is the card of the week. Well, maybe if I do it like this. Let me see if I can do this. I do want y'all to see what I'm seeing. Do you see what I see? What cartoon was that from? It was one of them damn Disney movie cartoons. Do you hear what I hear? Or was that a Christmas song? It was one of them two. That's either a Disney song or a Christmas song. Yeah, so you see here, we are in the month of July. And we are in a Queen of Clubs month. The Queen of Clubs is the card of the teacher. The card of justice. People who are Queen of Clubs have a high moral compass. And if they don't use their moral compass properly, they usually fuck themselves up. So if you're a Queen of Clubs, you want to make sure you stay within your moral bounds and be ethical with what you do. Because if you don't, you're just going to fuck yourself up. All right? And you see each day of the week has a card. And each week of the month has a card, starting on Mondays. Last week we read the 3 of Diamonds. This week we're reading the 4 of Diamonds. And today, the 26th, is a 2 of Clubs day. What does that mean? Why am I bringing this up? Well, in cardology, the cards are a calendar. And through observation over tens of thousands of years, every card got assigned a day of the week, a week of the month, and a month of the year. And a card of the year. And when you go through these life cycles, you experience some of the karmas from those cards, even though you have your own card. Last week was a 3 of Diamonds week. Y'all heard last week's warning, and last week's reading was pretty damn on point, because we talked about the 3 of Diamonds being a card of confusion, a card of a little of roughness, you know. Yeah, you can make money during a 3 of Diamonds week, but you can also go through some trials and tribulations. Hit the number 1 in the chat room if you've gone through your fair of trials and tribulations last week. Last week was a doozy for some. Not for everybody, but it was definitely a doozy. What's up, everybody in the chat room? Jay, Star, Butterlove, Stay Fly. Thank y'all, Scotty Jenkins, Wally Gibson, Bobby Robinson. Quan S, you driving? That's what's up. So, this is where we are. And so, everything that we experience like they always say you can't walk a mile in my shoes. Well, one thing about the cards show that throughout the year, throughout your life, you do experience some amount of time in other people's shoes. You may not know it, but you are. Events aren't as random as sometimes we think they are. So for a quick review, remember the different 4 suites. The heart suite is about emotional advancement. The clubs suite is about mental advancement. The spade suite is about spiritual advancement. The diamonds is about financial, the earthly shit, what goes on here. And we are in a diamonds time. Remember that there are 52 cards in the deck. And the 52 cards are charted out with different energies of different days. You have 4 suites in the deck. You have 4 seasons in the year, 4 elements, and 4 basic laws of physics: matter, energy, motion, and force. So when it comes down to the cards, all of the different elements of the universe, along with the cards themselves, tell a story. And when you understand the story, you can go about planning your day, planning your week, planning your year accordingly. You did? So let's get started reading the card of the week. And then we're going to get to some of y'all questions. Every card not only has a card, it also has a 13 cards behind it. 12 cards behind it, 13 cards in total. That's another thing about cardology. It's not just your card. Everyone has 13 cards. Every season, everything has 13 cards. This represents the 13 times that the moon orbits the earth each year. It also represents the zodiac signs, the 12 signs plus the sun. The hearts and diamonds are the red cards. The clubs and spades are the black cards. This represents the positive and negative aspect of our existence, AM and PM, day and night. It's a whole science to this thing that most people don't understand. But I do. So we're about to take some readings and see what's in store for the week. Like to hit? Here you go. As soon as I can. I'm over here having mouse problems. Shit. And I'm having mouse problems with my computer because hell, I forgot to. What's up with Apple? I don't know if any of y'all got an Apple computer at home, a Mac, but the mouse only has a charger on the bottom end, meaning when you charge it, you can't use it. But they don't tell you till about 5 minutes before your mouse dies that you need to recharge your mouse. These motherfuckers go like two and 3 months without needing to be recharged, so you forget about it. So some things gonna be a little bit slow today because I'm having low battery problems with my mouse. Well, anyway, let's get it in. The 4 diamonds represent being pragmatic, self-reliant, straightforward. It also represents financial stability. If you know someone who is a 4 of diamonds, their birthdays, let me see, what's the birthday suite for a 4 of diamonds? What birthdays do a 4 of diamonds? 4 of diamonds people, their birthdays are January 23rd, February 21st, March 19th, April 17th, May 15th, June 13th, July 11th, August 9th, September 7th, October 5th, November 3rd, and December 1st. Those are the birthdays for the four diamonds. One thing about the four diamonds is it's work, but it's not hard work. Like if you're a spades, a lot of people who are in the spades category, they got to work really hard for theirs. These four diamonds, this is one of those things where all you have to do is work at what you do. So as I read the week and apply this four diamonds energy to the week, that means you need to work on whatever it is you've been working on. It don't mean work 60 hours a week. It don't mean work, the old workaholic thing. No. Four diamonds is a little different. You just work on what you need to be working on, and you'll see the financial increase come. So people out there who have a project you've been working on, things you've been putting together, make sure you spend every day this week continue to put those things together. Make sure you work diligently. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how smart you work. And if you work smart and work towards those goals that you have set, this is the week that you might see some money coming your way. I'm not saying you will. I don't know. Because really at the end of the day, it still comes down to your consciousness, what you can accept. Like when you're reading cards and you listen to things like this and they say there's money come your way, the reason why a lot of people get bogged down and discouraged is because these a lot of people make it seem like you're about to just turn into Bill Gates overnight. Like you're going to be very wealthy in just this week That's not how this works, people. There's a song by Funkadelic called Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts. I encourage you to listen to it. It's a different kind of song. It doesn't sound like any normal day song. It sounds like, as a matter of fact, it sounds like screw music. Very slow. But this is 30 years before screw ever became a thing. You had a song called Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts by Parliament Funkadelic. And it's a very highly metaphysical song. There's a line in the song that says, you ascend to the highest aspiration you see yourself, and you descend to your lowest viewpoint of yourself. And that's true. That's how life works. Whatever is abundant to you, to the next person, that's a drop in the bucket. To someone else, it's too good to be true. That's where it comes down to you as a person. That's where it comes down to you as a person looking inside and understanding where your consciousness is. Some people think $1 million is an impossible number to ever get to. There are other people out there who, if they got $1 million, they jump off of a bridge because they're broke. Whatever your consciousness can accept is what you can receive. Same thing on the low end. Some people, the lowest some people will ever get is living in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment and barely eking by paying their bills. Some people will never become homeless because consciously they can't. That's not within their realm of consciousness. There are other people who homelessness is the base. We're all different. That's why I always encourage people to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. And if there's something in your life that isn't going the way you want it to go, or if you're not reaching the levels you want to reach, that's a reflection of your level of consciousness. Okay? You always want to know that. If it's something that you're not doing in life, or somewhere you don't want to, you're somewhere in life that you don't want to be, then that's a time for you to get quiet and check yourself. Check your consciousness. All right? So, in cardology, when we're saying, okay, you can receive some sort of a windfall, that windfall is going to be within context of your consciousness. All right? So, 4 of diamonds. Let me give you some famous 4 of diamonds people. Eazy-E, Bruce Willis, Whitney Houston, Jordan Peele, Deion Sanders, Harvey Weinstein, yuck, the Olsen twins, and John, I got my ass whooped on that bridge in Selma, Lewis. These are all 4 of diamonds people. One thing about the 4 of diamonds energy is, and this going on this week, is you have somebody in your 4 of diamonds always have people in their corner. So that means this week, while you're experiencing a 4 of diamonds week, there are people in your corner that are there to support you, whatever that is you have going on whatever level you have that going on. You have to open your eyes and find out who those people are. I'm sure you already know. If you don't have anyone in your corner, if you feel like you don't have anyone in your corner, take a step back and look again. 4 of diamonds could also indicate struggle in relationships. So if any of you guys out there in relationships with somebody, you might, if you get in arguments, if you're getting in tussles, if you're going back and forth with the person that you love or the person that you like a lot, you could chalk that up to this week. You still want to find solutions to whatever problems it is. You're not going to just dismiss it as a 4 of diamonds week and not fix what's going on. But fixing what's going on may be a little difficult this week, because another thing about 4 of diamonds, especially at the 4 of diamonds, we're in Leo season. Oh, yeah. That means your 4 of diamonds is coming with stubbornness. There's people out there this week, you dealing with a stubborn motherfucker right now. Like you said, your daughter's a 4 of diamonds. So this general reading for 4 of diamonds, Mr. Des Denali, take and apply some of this. And hopefully this helps you out with understanding your daughter and how to communicate with her a little better. But 4 of diamonds is a very stubborn card. When it comes to personal traits and attributes, the way I get down is everything, every trait, every attribute can be used for your destruction or for building. I don't look at stubbornness as a bad thing. Stubbornness isn't cool when it's not used in the right context. But when applied to the right context, stubbornness ain't that bad. What do I mean by that? I mean, you should be stubborn with the things that you want the most, the things that you care about the most. Use your stubbornness towards that. Be stubborn about the things you desire and want out of life. Be stubborn about making a decision and standing on that decision. Part of reaping rewards and blessings and good energy is expecting that and standing 10 toes down in it. That 4 represents stability. That's a base. That means the 4s represent being rooted and a diamond is earth. So that means being rooted in earth, being rooted in standing down on your square. A square has 4 sides. That's why they say stand on your square. The number 4 means stability, being rock solid. So even though the week or the day may start off a certain way, once you've made a decision of what you want out of this thing called life, you stand your ass in it and you work towards those goals, regardless of how things may seem. This is where people who are into Christianity and into the church, they say it as, what's that scripture? One of them damn scriptures in the Bible. You walk by faith, not by sight. That's one of the Psalms, ain't it? Psalms 23 or something like that. I forgot. I don't go to church no more. But you walk by faith, not by sight. That's what that means. Faith isn't faith in some shit. See, church tells you faith is in somebody in the sky that has a shag with holes in his hands. The church tell you to put your faith in that guy. And that's why, if you notice, when shit really pop off, the people with the least amount of faith be the people in church. That's generally how it works. Y'all saw that preacher get robbed on Sunday? He laid his ass right on down like anybody else. Faith isn't about faith in somebody else. It's about faith in yourself. It's about faith in knowing that, hey, you put something out there that you want. And there's nothing but the spiritual people. A lot of times when people are too spiritual, they say, I prayed about it. And that's it. People pray, say they have faith, and then they go sit their monkey ass down. That's not what you do. That's not what this is about. You still live on earth. You have faith, and then you go apply what your faith is in. And you take it step by step by step by step. No different than driving a car from LA to Vegas. You can't say I have faith that I'll get to Vegas and then go back and sit your rusty ass on the couch. That ain't how it works. You say I have faith that I get to Vegas safely, and then you walk your monkey ass to your car. You get on the freeway. You take the 10 East or the 60 or the 91, depending on where you live. Those of you who live in the valley, you guys will take the 210, the 134, the 101 to the 134 to the 210. That's what you'll take if you live in the valley. When you get to the 15 freeway, you make that damn turn up north. And if you keep your foot on the gas long enough, you'll get to Vegas. That's faith with application. You had faith that you get there, but you also did every step it took to get there. There's a lot of people out there that try to use spirituality as a scapegoat. Oh, I prayed about it. Oh, the cards told me this and it's going to be that. No. There's a certain person that I know, I'm not going to say their name, but they like to apply all of this metaphysical I won't say metaphysical nonsense because it's all good. It's not, but it's nonsense the way they use metaphysics. Metaphysics is a great thing if you know how to apply it. But I was having a conversation with somebody last week about the subject of racism. And this was a black person that was saying, well, it doesn't really exist because we're all just living in an illusion and we're living in a world and it doesn't matter about racism and but I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying, but that white woman that you just tried to go and this is what happened. The black dude helped a white person out that had just gotten beat up by a black woman for calling her a monkey. This white woman called this black woman a monkey, a gorilla. And that black woman went on ahead and whooped that woman's ass. And drug her ass too, up and down the block. So this black dude comes in and he goes and helps the white girl. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, why would you do that? He's like, well, racism is just an illusion. We're all here having our experience on this earth, and there's no reason to buy into the illusion. Then what happened? Police got called. When the police got called, the same black dude that was helping this white woman out, she busted into white girl victim mode and started crying. And like, those people tried to hurt me. And this dumb nigga ended up getting caught up in the trap, having to talk to the police. He had to explain himself. He had to get himself out of a whole pickle. Why am I saying this? Because yes, on one hand, we are living in an illusion. We're living in a world that is based in illusion. But this illusion has real life consequences. And if you don't understand the principles of this so-called illusion, you're going to have real consequences for being the idiot that you are. So when you're talking metaphysics, when you're talking spirituality, you have to also know that you have to apply real world principles to the spiritual understanding that you think you have. You're right, Buster Brown. Yep, they did check him for warrants. Yep, luckily he didn't have any warrants, but they checked him for warrants. There are real life ramifications. So when I always make sure I say this when I speak cardology, when I do cardology, when I do my readings, when I talk anything spiritual, I always remind people, you still live here on earth. There are earthly principles you must apply. And one of those earthly principles you must apply to your spiritual understanding is the work that it takes to achieve whatever goal you set out. You set a goal, and then you get off your rusty ass and you go accomplish that goal. You understand the social construct of the world you're in, and you behave accordingly. Knowing that this is a racist society, if a white woman says something racist to a black woman, yes, I understand that we're just here having a human experience. Yes, I understand that there are a lot of things on a spiritual level that are just an illusion. But in the real world, in the day-to-day world, in the world that we live in, I have to understand the choices I make can either have life or death consequences to them. And it's my choice to make. And if you make a choice that's backed up and proven to have deadly consequences, it ain't no metaphysical nothing that's going to save your monkey ass. You dig what I'm saying? So as a Four of Diamonds, the Four of Diamonds represents financial protection through work. Meaning you're working whatever it is you're here to work. If you're the kind of person that sells, if your job is to sell medical devices for a medical company, then you get out there and you work and do your thing. You can expect to have an unexpected reward for that financially. If your work is painting, if your work is whatever it is you do, make sure that you work at it this week. That's what the Four of Diamonds says. Work diligently at the things that you do the best, and you'll get some sort of a unexpected financial reward coming your way. That's the blessings and the beauty with the Four of Diamonds. Another thing about the Four of Diamonds is they're not necessarily the easiest people to deal with. So that means this is not going to necessarily be the easiest week to deal with. You're going to have your struggles. There's going to be some struggles this week. Sometimes the struggles may be physical. Sometimes they may be mental. There may be a combination of the two. But reward doesn't mean you're not going to have your challenges. The Four of Diamonds is also a card of overcoming. This is the time that you're going to have to get really clear and overcome mental hang-ups. Overcome things that are holding you back in your mind. You may need to overcome that thing that you keep telling yourself that you can't get. Oh, I'm not going to get that. That's too good for me. Those good things only happen to other people. How many of y'all say that sometimes in your quiet moments? Don't tell on yourself. Don't tell on yourself. Don't say nothing. Don't tell on yourself. We'll just keep that a secret between you and I. So this is the week of overcoming. Overcoming obstacles. Overcoming mental hang-ups. That's something that you want to focus on this week. Focus on overcoming those things that got you hung up. And a way you can overcome mental hang-ups is to hypnotize yourself and to create mantras for yourself. I am a winner. I've already won. I have fill in the blank, whatever it is that you desire. I don't know what you desire, so you got to fill in that blank yourself. I am all that I need. Your positive mantras should always be I am or I have. And you always want to speak the affirmative. Speak what you want. One issue that we have here in America is we always talking what we don't want. Well, I don't want this thing to happen to me. I don't want that to happen. I'm tired of these haters. I wish that thing would change. And you talk about all these negative things. People are so quick to talk about what they don't want, what they dislike. Change that up. Talk about what you want to attract, what you do like, what feels good to you, what is good to you. That's something that you want to focus on this week. Labor isn't always labor with your hands. Sometimes it's mental labor, labor with your mind. Sometimes it's laborers to talk because we're so conditioned to being negative. We're so conditioned to think a certain way. Sometimes it's very labor intensive to flip how your mind is working, but you can do it if you stay consistent. Another thing about the Four of Diamonds is, and for Four of Diamonds people, you crave freedom from constraints. You don't like constraints. Four of Diamond people do not like constraints. So in this Four of Diamonds week, those of you who don't like being tied down, this is a great week to work towards those goals that will ultimately untie you from the job or the person that's holding you back or you feel is holding you down. Something you want to focus on this week. Another thing about this Four of Diamonds is it's held to a high standard. This means you people that go around getting your come-ups through unscrupulous means, this ain't a good week for you. The Four of Diamonds is about integrity. It's about doing things that are morally within your realm of acceptability. If you're doing some shit to make money that you know you shouldn't be doing, the same way those people who are out there doing what they need to be doing are going to be blessed this week, all your shit might get taken this week. Or whatever you thought you was going to get ain't going to happen. Because you're doing things outside of your moral bounds. You want to make sure that you stick within alignment of who you are. Don't cheat people. Don't harm people. Don't use other people to get in your way. That's what that Six of Clubs means. The Six of Clubs in Mars. See, in cardology, we read the whole suite. Mars is the planet of confrontation, the planet of war. That Six of Clubs is a card of integrity with your words. Clubs, remember, clubs is mental. Clubs is all about speech. Clubs is all about how do you talk. You want to make sure you speak with integrity. You also must develop your talents. Spend time developing the things and the talents that you know you have. Spend time doing that this week. And with this Six of Spades in Jupiter, Jupiter is a card of is a planet of expansion. That's where your rewards are. An expansion of the work that you put in. Positive or negative. Again, if you've been doing a lot of bullshit, you'll get expanded bullshit coming your way. So you want to make sure you check yourself and be in alignment with the things that you know are right. That's very important this week. All right. This week, you'll know you're on target when you're feeling organized, when you're being pragmatic, when you're being patient, when you're being loyal. Because the Four of Diamonds is a card of loyalty, hard work, success, respect, grounded. But if things ain't right, if you out of alignment, the Four of Diamonds is stubborn, insecure, obsessive, closed-minded, very judgmental, very condescending. If you're feeling those energies, you know that you're not in alignment with your greatest good. If you're feeling fearful or resentful, these are things that you got to correct. You dig? So I'm going to get to reading some of y'all cards. Cash apps get read first. And if there's time after the Cash App to read you, I'll get to you. If we have time. But I have a few Cash Apps lined up. I'm going to read those Cash Apps first. And then we'll go further on. So I'm going to give you guys time to get that ready. You can Cash App me with your birthday. Or you can Cash App me and tell me you want me to call in. And if you want me to call in, write in the note, call in, and then type in your phone number, and I'll call you. You can Cash App it, or actually you just Cash App your phone number. If you want to do it by phone, Cash App your phone number, and I can call you. Or if you don't want to be on the phone, just Cash App your birthday. And once I'm done with the Cash Apps, I will then get to the people in the chat room who don't want a Cash App. I'm only going to be doing this for the next hour, so I'm not going to be here all day. But before I get to that, I am setting up an interview pretty soon, either later this week or next week, with the infamous Roger Stone. He's the person that got Nixon elected Reagan elected, Bush 1 elected, and that motherfucker Trump. This interview, we will discuss political strategy. We will discuss how to frame an underdog candidate and make that underdog appealing to the masses. We are going to learn from someone who's been there. This will not be a gotcha moment interview. We won't get into that. I'm not going to ask him about certain things when it comes to black people, because that's on us to do. White opinions on our issues are irrelevant, to me at least. I've had people on social media so far getting mad. Man, why are you interviewing him, man? I can't learn from no white dude. You got a white man coming on the platform, and he a racist, man. I can't learn, man. I ain't nothing he can teach me. Well, if you feel like you can't be taught, then get the fuck away from the channel then. That's the way I see it. Because over here, with that intelligent-ish talk, we can learn from anybody. We can learn from anybody. We take what we take, that we take what we can use, and we apply it. And whatever it is we can't use, like John Henry Clark said, we dump it in the ash can of history. But in the meantime, we take what we can take from those who have the information that we may need. Understand? That's where we are right now. You're right, Quan. Be open and objective. Because there are people out there who have bodies of knowledge. And that's another thing, dealing with the system of white supremacy. We as black people, over the last 100 years, we've been systematically removed from things that have come natural to us, dealing with the earth. We've been systematically removed from understanding how things work. They've purposely not taught us a lot of things. So our generation, if we want certain bodies of knowledge, we have to go to them. We have to. Because all of the black people who taught a lot of this stuff, they're either dead and gone, or they're out there. But sometimes the white dudes and the white women, they have things that we need to know and understand. Because they've held on to these bodies of knowledge and purposely kept us away from it. I said on my live last night, I didn't realize I was a good public speaker until I had a white woman professor at Santa Monica College that pointed it out. Three different ones. I learned from them what I need to learn to be the best that I can be. And I took that knowledge and applied it to my life. It didn't matter. I don't know those women's point of view. Hell, a couple of them was like liberal, feminist, lesbians. I am 100,000% opposed to their political points of views. I don't fuck with their political point of view at all. But if you got something I can learn, damn your political point of view, I'm learning this body of knowledge. Because like I always say, there are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages for those willing. That's the key. For those willing to pick up the game. If you ain't willing to pick up the game and you focused on the messenger, nigga, you already lost. So, we about to start off reading. And this here is for our brother, Sir Worcestershire. Or Worcestershire. Nigga, you eating Worcestershire sauce, brother? Is that your real name, or do you just like Worcestershire sauce? He submitted to me a Cash App and wanted a reading. Your Sir Worcestershire's birthday is October 4th, 1984. So that means he is a 5 of diamonds. Oh, that 5 of diamonds and fives and fives and fives. As a 5 of diamonds, you could be very restless. You like variety. You like to escape. That restlessness and that variety is what gets you to like not stay on one thing for long periods of time. You're moving a lot. You're kind of always going at it. At your best, you're versatile, you're adaptable, you're an extrovert, ambitious, and expressive and spontaneous. When you ain't doing your thing, you're restless, you're unstable, disrespect. 5 of diamonds can be very disrespectful people when they mad. They can be very confrontational too. You don't really want to fuck with a 5 of diamonds like that. People or anybody with a 5 card. They can be the nicest friend you ever met. They could also be someone that know that their shoe fits perfectly up your ass. Something you got to watch out for is a 5 of diamonds. As a 5 of diamonds, you value personal freedom. And you get a lot of fulfillment through variety. 5 of diamonds, people like a variety of things, a variety of women, a variety of activities, a variety of food, a variety of music. Maybe not in all areas, but you have a lot of areas of your life where you value variety. Yes, Larry Smith, 5 of diamonds can be bipolar. 5 of clubs can be bipolar. A 5 of spades can be bipolar. And especially a 5 of hearts. Yes, they can be. Comes down to the level of control they have over their emotions. That's why as a 5 of diamond person, or if your card is anything in the 5 suites, you must master self-control of your emotions. Because if you don't control your emotions will control you. And that's true with everyone. The difference is with the 5 of diamonds, you'll act out. That's the difference. You'll act out on those emotions. As a 5 of diamonds, you have that Queen of Spades and Mercury, and you got that King of Clubs in Uranus. That means your personality can sometimes be larger than life. What does that mean? If you grew up in certain households, you probably grew up in a household to where if you had a parent or parents that weren't cool with that, they suppressed you and suppressed your personality. Because if a person that feels larger, if you have a larger than life personality and you're raised around people who are always telling you to be humble, that can cause conflict. You want to also one of the challenges that you have as a 5 of diamonds is you sometimes can suppress your reality and the things that you want because you don't want to have confrontation with other people. And part of the reason why you don't want to have confrontation with other people is because you know as a 5 of diamonds you can blow up on their ass, and you really don't want to do that. You're also spiritually inclined as a 5 of diamonds. You want to make sure that And mind you, these readings are going longer depending on how much you donate on the Cash App. Smaller donations get shorter readings. Bigger donations get bigger readings. It's kind of how it goes. Also, you have a Two of Clubs and Saturn. That's the fear card, the Two of Clubs. That Two of Clubs represent, anytime you see that Two of Clubs pop up, people with the Two of Clubs card, you see that right here? Those people that tend to be fearful. What that's telling me is don't allow fear to get in the way of your ultimate greatness, of your ultimate happiness, your ultimate goals. Don't let fear fuck you up, in other words. And your result card is a 4 of diamonds, which is this week. The result card is what things look like after you put in the work that you need to put in. So that's telling me is, as a 4 of diamonds person, as you get into your 40s and get into your 50s, you're going to really start to see the fruits of your labor come back to you. So make sure whatever work that you do, whatever that is, you do it to your best. And you will be rewarded for it, especially as you get into your 40s and get older in life. You got that Jack of Diamonds and Neptune. And Jack of Diamonds is an asshole card. Larry in the chat room. Larry's a Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds be fucking around. The United States is a Jack of Diamonds country. Meaning you might have a struggle with that Jack of Diamonds being there in Neptune. That means you may have a struggle with focus. But if you get over that struggle with focus, you'll get to the thing that you want. Don't let your inability to focus, or I won't say inability because you have the ability to focus. Don't let it being difficult to focus stop you from getting where you want to go and be where you want to be. You dig? So that's for the 5 of diamonds. I got the next person is DeAndre. Oh, you cash at me and you said you want me to call in. So DeAndre Washington, get ready for me to give you a call here on my phone line. And we are about to go over your birthday spread. Ooh, 3 of clubs. 3 of clubs is what you is. We about to read that 3 of clubs. Let me read this. Oh, you got a king of clubs. Is your cosmic lesson? Okay. All right. We about to read this. Let me give you a call. Let me give you a call so we can read your card. Let me see here. Let's see here. Pick up your phone. I think this is a private number that I'm calling from. Let's see if this brother. What's up, caller?
You have reached the voicemail for DeAndre Washington.
That's the voicemail. Oh, that's Scotty. Oh, that's yeah. I'll call you back. Well, call back that number that just. I'll call that number back. Cartoons. Yes, I did make a poster of the music tree. You can get the Black Music Family Tree at incenseandashtrays.com. incenseandashtrays.com. I am going to make that call again. Hopefully they pick up, because I sure would hate. Let me see here.
Hey, what's up? Peace, bro, man.
What's up, brother? How's it going?
I'm good. Hey, my signal kind of fucked up in here. That's why you ain't get it. You can just do it. And I can listen in on the YouTube. It'll be better for us.
That'll work, brother. I'll do it right now.
All right. All right, peace, bro.
That's cool. Phone signals be tripping. I know. This brother is a 3 of clubs. The issue with the 3 of clubs is 3 of clubs can represent uncertainty in your belief systems. A lot of us are uncertain with a lot of things, but uncertainty can really hold you back. You want to make a decision and stick with it. That's one thing about that 3 of clubs. Don't let uncertainty rule you. Don't let uncertainty define you. With the 3s, because with a 3, like they always say, I don't want to be a third wheel. It can be balanced, but it can also be imbalanced. They used to have 3-wheel off-road vehicles, but they stopped because they were too imbalanced. So those are the issues off top that you're dealing with when you're dealing with a 3. Remember this, all odd cards represent a certain level of instability and a certain level of struggle. Even number cards represent stability and less challenges. But here's the beautiful thing. When you're dealing with challenge cards, the bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward. So that's why you can't let your challenges define you. Because your challenges are put in front of you for you to overcome. That's the only reason why you have challenges. You have challenges to overcome. And as you overcome those challenges, you get bigger rewards. So it's a trade-off. As a 3, you're creative, you're innovative, you're idealistic. When you're at your best, you're fun, brilliant, very friendly. You can also be very witty. When you ain't at your best, when your ego's in control, you can be uncertain, fickle, indecisive, restless. You can be messy too. Avoid that mess. Avoid messy situations, because when you ain't feeling your best, you can end up in a messy situation and not even understand why you're there. The 3 of clubs also represents mental agility. You're agile. You're a quick thinker. You could be one thing for a second, but you'll notice things change, and you're right there on it. A good area for you to look into is writing. 3 of clubs are good writers. They're good teachers. They're also good performers. Any kind of profession where you can express your words and your ideals is where you want to be as a 3 of clubs. That's why you got to stay away from fear. Fear is the thing that gets in your way, brother. Don't let fear stop you, man. All of your greatness is on the other side of fear. Everything that you want out of life is on the other side of your fear. So break through your fears. As a 3 of clubs, you're also generous. You're generous with the people that you love, the people that are closest to you. That's a good thing. Keep that up. Keep that up. Don't let fear close you off from those things. Let me see here. Your birthday is June 27th. So that's telling me as a June 27th, you're in Cancer. You gotta avoid taking other people's responsibilities onto your own shoulders. You can tend to see other people's issues, other people's dramas, other people's problems, and take them on as your own. Don't do that. It's good. You're a sacrifice. You're a sacrifice for loved ones, and make those sacrifices for those who love you the most. But don't make that stop you, and don't become saddled with their issues. You're at your best when you are focused. When you start taking on other people's issues and taking on their drama, that can harm you. So watch out for that. Watch out for that. All right? All right, cool. We have... Hopefully that helps. And again, you can book a full-time reading. It's in the description box, my link. If you want to really break it down and really get to understand yourself, I am booking full-time readings. Full reading, you can do a full reading or a half-time reading. You know, meaning you do I have a special to where you do a 30-minute reading to where we get involved and we talk about some of the things on the surface level. But if you want to get deep, you want to make sure you book that hour reading. All right, this next card is for Mr. Hester, born January 12th in the year 1989. 1/12/1989. Oh, you are a 2 of spades. I'm glad that 2 of spades is in your sun card. One thing about the 2 of spades, another thing that I can read that I don't like reading, unfortunately, well, depending on how you look at it. In cardology, we can also read death. You can predict when someone's going to die. Mostly. When I say mostly, I mean those people still have an energy that they can choose. But not so much in your sun card. But when you see a 2 of spades, just say if I'm doing a weekly reading or a yearly reading for someone, and that 2 of spades shows up in their spread for the year, especially if that 2 of spades shows up in their Mars for the year or their result for the year, it means one of two things. It means multiple things, but one of the things it means is either death of a person or death of an idea, death of a way of being. It doesn't always mean death of a person. It can also mean death of a way of living, death of an ideal, death of something that's holding you back, death of a relationship. The cool thing is this brother got a 2 of spades in his as his birth card, so that means we're not dealing with that. But if that same card was in his yearly spread and it was somewhere down here in the result or lesson, I don't like seeing that card come up in people's yearly spread. I don't. But at the same time, he has an 8 of hearts. 8 of hearts, if I see an 8 of hearts come up in your spread, in your result, or your lessons, that's telling me, even if you're dealing with something that's deadly, you're going to live and you're going to push through it. The 8 of hearts is pushing through the impossible. I have a family member who I was reading their spread, and I saw that 8 of hearts right there. I saw both. I saw this 2 of spades. I saw it in their Venus period, but also in that Venus period, I saw this 8 of hearts. I'm not Venus, but this 8 of hearts was in their result for that period. So, and the funny thing about it is that particular person had a major heart attack about a week after this 2 of spades showed up. And things didn't look good for this person at all. But in spite of how things looked, they pulled through. They survived. And they're still living. That's a testament to 2 things. That's a testament to 1, that person's will to live. 2, This 8 of Hearts being the blessing that it is. So there are certain things that I can read in people's spread that I don't necessarily want to read. That's the scary part about cardology. And it's also a thing that's pushed a lot of people away from cardology, being able to read these things. But you, my friend, this isn't your issue because this is your sun card. So as a 2 of spades in your sun, let's get down to the nitty gritty to what this means for you. Get down to that old nitty gritty. Ain't that what the old folks, my grandmother used to always say, we gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Let me go here. Where are you, 2 of spades? Oh, that's 2 of diamonds. I don't want to read the 2 of diamonds. I want to read the 2 of spades. There's a 2 of spades. You deal with a lot of fear. You know, fear is something that you're going to have to overcome. You're going to have to overcome your fears because fears can be crippling to you as a 2 of spades. You're going to have to know that whatever it is in life that you want, you can get to it. But fear is a major, 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 major hurdle for you. As a 2, cooperation is the word of the day for you. Meaning if you have a significant other, if you have a spouse, or if you're in partnership with someone, you want to make sure you're in a cooperative relationship with that person. If you're with somebody who's not cooperative, leave that person. It's not going to bode well for you. You need people that are going to cooperate with you in your life. And you're going to need to cooperate with them. 2 is the number of cooperation. 2. Operation. When you're at your best, you're balanced, you're considerate, you're intelligent, you're charming, you're adaptable, you're loving and harmonious. When you're not at your best, you can be very fearful, you can be negative, you can be shy, you can be bossy and argumentative. So when you're dealing with those energies, those vibrations, you're knowing that you're outside of yourself. That's where you need to check yourself and come back to who you are. As a 2 of spades, you have the ability to harmonize relationships. Meaning, what does that mean? You're the person that people go to when they're going through confusion. You're really good at seeing both sides of things when people have problems, and you're really good at finding the common ground. You said you said the reading I just gave you was fire? Dope. Dope. I'm glad I was able to help you with that reading. As a 2 of spades, it's a very powerful card. Even though it's a 2, it's an extremely powerful card. And the reason it's so powerful is because you have this King of Spades and Neptune. The King of Spades is the highest card in the deck. The King of Spades is the card that you can do. The King of Spades is the card of being able to do whatever you want. And it's a master card. You're the master in your own right. So you want to know that whatever it is that you have set up that you want to do, you can get it done. It's just going to require a little bit of work. You got this 10 of clubs and Saturn. The 10 of clubs is a card of the musician. Lionel Richie's the 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs people, they could be very, the downside is 10 of club people could be very argumentative. And with that 10 of clubs in Saturn is a card of justice, meaning when things, so what that tells me is when you feel like you right, you can argue motherfuckers down. Don't get into an argument with a 2 of spades person when they feel like that they right. That 10 of clubs in Saturn mean that they will pursue no end to being right on your ass when they're getting caught up in their ego. But that's also somebody that can heal with their words. The same way you can argue and argue people down, you can also bring words of healing to people. Words of cooperation, words of satisfaction, words of love. That's in your spread. Your lesson is that Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs is the teacher. So that means there's some level of teaching in your cards. You get a lot of satisfaction from that. But that's something that you're going to grow and evolve into. You may not have always been that way, but that is coming to you, especially as you get older. Especially if you can fight through your indecision. One of your biggest obstacles in life is indecision, indecision, indecision. You also are a very hard worker, but you've been a Capricorn, 2 of spades. You ain't lazy at all, brother. Not at all. In any way, shape, or form. You know how to put in that work. Just make sure when you put in that work, you're being sure of yourself. You know what I mean? Don't let the indecision stop you. That's one thing you got to look out for as a 2 of spades. But with that, you also have that in your Saturn with that 2 of clubs and also with that 10 of spades in your moon. Success is basically guaranteed if you're willing to put in the work. That's what that 10 of spades in your moon means. See, when we read cards, let me give y'all a quick little lesson on how we read cards. How I read cards for you. Help you out. Every card in here has multiple meanings. On the surface level, Mercury card, this rules the first 13 years of your life. Your Venus rules 13 to 26. Your Mars, 26 to 39. Your Jupiter, basically 39 to 52. Your Saturn is your 52 to 65. Your Uranus is 65 to the age of 78. Your Neptune is 78 to the age of 92. That's how we read cards. These are the different periods of your life. So as you grow up and as you evolve in life and as you grow in life, I say people change. Yes, everyone changes. You were born in 1989, so that means right now you're living out your Mars years. You're in this 6 of spades time of your life right now. So right now what's going on with you as a 6 of spades, you feel like you're changing. You're at a point in your life where you're restless. You don't know what the next move is to make. You're trying to figure it out. That's an issue with that 6 of spades. That's where you are right now. But you're also calm. This is the time of your period where you're either living the wealth of the good investments that you put away. When I say investments, that's not just money. That's investments with your time, investments with your energy. You're living the karma of those investments, whether it be good or bad, right now in your life. You're also, this is the time as a 6 of spades, which you've been in the 6 of spades season of your life, the law of cause and effect is real. Every cause has an effect. So pay attention to what you sow. You're in a time of your life where you're reaping what you sow. All right? That is the 2 of spades. It's a very blessed card when you're a 2 of spades. But all I know is when I read somebody's yearly spread, if that 2 of spades shows up in different areas, I'm like, okay, that either means death of a person or death of an idea. Hopefully it's just death of an idea, death of a way of thinking. These are the things that are all in the cards. So hopefully that works for you. Cash apps get priority, but I'm gonna open up the phone line now, and I want to hear some of y'all reactions. I want some of y'all to call in. I want some of y'all to call in. Phone number is 323-744-7425. Call on in. Check it out. I like to do these live readings because there's a lot of hesitancy out there. People be thinking this is a whole bunch of nonsense. But then when I can do a reading live and then you can hear the reaction from the people live, that lets you know this ain't no bullshit. This is a science. So if you want to get read over the phone, I'm going to do 2 or 3 readings over the phone, not many. I'm going to do a reading for the first couple people that call in. 323-744-7425. Or I can look back through the chat room for those of you, because a lot of times people don't want to be read over the phone, and I get it. That's where you can book your personal consultation. Positive influence said your son's birthday is June 15th. Okay. Oh, I got a caller. Calls first. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your birthday? How you doing? Hold on. I got my sound way too low. Or was that your sound? Okay, yeah. I hear you now. All right, cool. What's your birthday?
March 26th, 1984.
1984. Are you a 10 of clubs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you pretty damn artsy. You creative as hell when you want to be.
Actual factual. When you said it was a musician card, I said, "Oh snap! I got to call in."
Haha, you a musician?
But yeah, it kind of came into thing. I didn't know I was, and then one day I said, "No, I don't make some beats because I always want to rap." You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I can never find anybody to make some tracks. And then one day I just started doing it. Then I started painting, and I started writing, and it's been an explosion.
It was just there for you.
Indeed.
The 10 of clubs is a very enlightened card. When they say the will of God, that's what the 10 of clubs. And so you got to have that extra special confidence behind yourself when you do something. When you enforce your will, you're literally enforcing the will of God. Okay, That's a very royal card. But you want to avoid this. You could also get at 10 of clubs. You could also get very stubborn, and you can get argumentative. You know, don't let the argumentative side of the 10 of clubs that can hold you back. You know what I mean? You know, ain't nothing wrong with a little arguing here and there. You dig? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just don't get so caught up in it. Yeah, don't get so caught up in it that is stopping you from doing what you want to do. Have your little arguments, then move on. Don't stay stuck. You can sometimes feel stuck in it. You know, don't allow your arguments in the petty. The 10 of clubs could also be it's a godlike card, but it's also you can be as petty as you can be godlike.
Bombard.
You petty, right? Yeah. And so you don't want to don't let pettiness trap you. You're also pretty good at making money quickly too. You can make money when you need to make it. That's a money card, that 10 of clubs.
Hey, all right.
The thing you want to avoid though is don't do none of them get rich quick schemes. That don't work for you.
Okay.
Don't be selling no damn Herbalife or or
Yo, I definitely got caught up in the Herbalife at one point.
it didn't work, did it?
Nah.
That ain't gonna work for you. Your money comes from your investment in time and your real skills, what you really do, what you really interested in. That's where your money gonna come from. So, and also I'm pretty sure when it comes to the ladies, you get some pretty nice looking women that cooperate with you, don't you?
Yeah, actual facts.
Yeah.
Never been a problem.
Yeah, 10 of diamonds dudes. When it comes to the women are attracted, pretty women are attracted to 10 of diamonds men.
What about the club?
I'm sorry. I said 10 of clubs. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic.
No worries, fam. I'm just making sure.
Now 10 of diamonds, they don't get as much success with the ladies as 10 of clubs. Because you also got a mouthpiece that you can say what they want to hear. 10 of diamonds ain't necessarily got that same level. The 10 of diamonds person more so got to show it with their materials. To the 10 of clubs can woo a woman with her words. So yeah, if you see a bad one, and you know what I mean, you should never have no fear when it comes to approaching a bad one. Go right up to her. She'll give you some game. She'll cooperate with you.
All right, note to self.
Huh?
I said note to self.
Note to self, yes, sir. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out, man.
Hey, it's been hella helpful. Can I ask another question before you let me go?
Go ahead.
When you're talking about the spiritual aspect of the card, and you're saying the will of God, what is that? How does that play into spirituality in general? Because that was one of the things as a younger man I just one day said I need to go get a degree in theology. Don't want to be open to teacher, didn't want to be a preacher, but I said I need to learn. What does that have to do with the 10th?
It's a highly spiritual card. That's what drove you to go get that degree in theology. Whatever spiritual practice that you choose to use, and you may jump around different spiritual practices, but whatever that spiritual practice is that you settle on using, you have to apply it. It's not spirituality for you isn't a theoretical thing. It's something that you use to empower yourself and to apply. So you use your spirituality to undergird whatever decisions you make. So whatever decisions you make, you got to stand on those decisions like it's the will of God, because it's your will. You have to look at your will as the will of God. Your will. Your will is the will of God. It's not some outside being saying, hey, I want you to go save the multitudes and feed 5,000 people with 2,000 with 2 loaves of bread. No. That will is going to come through you. And that's true with everyone. Everyone out there is God within themselves. You know what I mean? You make the decisions for yourself. You know, it's not an outside thing, it's an internal thing. But that goes double for you as a 10 of clubs. You want to make, because you're more attracted to the different sciences and the different levels of knowledge. So when you learn these things, 100%. It's on you to apply them in your own daily life. That's the will of God. Whatever your will say it is. Call those things that be not into existence. All right, brother?
Hey, most definitely, King. Hey, before you let me go, I want to say, hey, I appreciate everything you've been doing. Incense and Ashtrays has been phenomenal. Not only is it mad helpful, but I see what you're doing for the community. Also, with the Black Music Tree, that's phenomenal, bro. I don't know how much we can, aside from just purchasing things, how can we support you in that? Because that within itself is a grand work. So I really want to salute you on that one, my G.
I appreciate that, man. Yep, I invested a lot of money into that because I wanted to make sure the story was told accurately. You know what I mean? I knew a lot of it off the top of my head, but I still went and bought a lot of out-of-print books to make sure I was right. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want nobody seeing that tree and like, hey, DeJuan, this didn't come from that. It went from that. Like, no. I wanted to make sure it was accurate. So, yeah, the biggest thing for me is just, buy the T-shirts, the posters. If you want to donate to the Cash App, that's cool. I'll take it. I'm not going to reject it. But, just support the project. For those of you out there, if you want to buy the poster, buy the canvas, get the T-shirt. I have very high-quality T-shirts. That's the way you can support it. So yeah, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Hey, pleasure was all mine, King. Hey, keep doing what you do.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
And also 5150.
5150. I love that motherfucker Corey Hogan, man. And I love you 5150 listeners, man. Y'all some wild, crazy, smart motherfuckers. I'll holler at you.
All right, then, King. Peace.
All right, the phone lines are back open if somebody wants to call in. The phone lines are back. Nigga asked me, am I Haitian? No, I'm not Haitian, nigga. I'm Los Angelian, nigga. I'm Los Angelian. Nigga asked me, am I Haitian? No, what's up, caller? Haitian, please turn the sound off in your background. Oh, they hung up. Oh, now both of them hung up. Was that me or was that you? There we go. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, sir, Mr. D. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, this is Mr. Seaton out of L.A., Watts area. I guess you would consider me an elder, man, but I'm just enjoying, watching you young cats do the damn thing, man. And I don't want to get old and crusty, man. I'm part. Yeah. So my birthday is 12/10/1954.
Okay. Oh yeah, you been in that. You done seen some things. I always appreciate talking to my elders.
I know that, man. I really appreciate, man, watching the interchange between you and your pops, man. You know what I mean? Greg's dad.
Oh yeah, that was fun, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, and I'm gonna tell you this. I decided as a young man that when I was older, I wanted to be able to interact with people that were younger than me so that I would be able to still be abreast and, be open to the young things that was happening new in the world when I was an older cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm by no means, dead yet. That's for damn sure.
Hell nah, you still here, ticking.
That's right.
And that's a good thing, man, because those of us who are young, we can always use the point of view and the wisdom of those who've been here longer than us to help keep us on the path. You dig what I'm saying? So I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. And I want to be able to share it without judgment.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, without judgment. Because everybody gonna screw up. The issue is when dealing with the generations, is when the older generation judges the young generation. It's like, no, you gotta let us screw up and then come help us out. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right. When you approach a young cat, you got to tell him, look, man, you take your hat off and you show him that scar on your head. You show him that first. And look, I already fucked up.
Yeah.
I already did that, man. I'm just trying to show you how not to get one of these.
Real talk. That's real talk. Yeah, so you are an 8 of clubs. That means you're powerful, you're visionary, you're creative, you're ambitious. When you're not doing your best, you can be overbearing, you can be inflexible, you can be competitive, tyrannical. So if you're feeling that way, that means you and your ego. That means you ain't at your best. So
all right.
Because we all have a high side and low side. Ain't nobody completely good. Ain't nobody completely bad. Everybody got a good side and a bad side. And I won't even say good and bad side. Everybody has a high side and a low side. Right. And so, within the cards help teach you where those boundaries are. And also when you touch those boundaries, you know how to go back and center yourself. You get a lot of power out of knowledge. You're a mental master. What does that mean? That means that a lot of your empowerment comes from when you learn things and when you apply what you learned. A lot of people just learn and then they go and sit. See, one thing, a trap that you don't want to get caught up in is learning and then just sitting down and doing something else. Whatever you learn, you want to make sure you apply to whatever it is you're doing. Okay. And as long as you apply what you learn, you're going to be in good shape. You're going to be in a good area. You also have. I see why you also have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom with that. You have that with that king. Because let me see where's your king of spades. You got a. Oh yeah, you have a that ace of diamonds and Neptune. That's telling me you have a lot of wisdom going your way. You've also had a fairly balanced life, haven't you? Not too high,
Absolutely,
not too low.
man. Hey, I tried to kind of stay on that even keel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had some great things happen. You know what I mean? But I didn't try to go overboard with them. And, I had some things that, were not so great happen. And I didn't try to, let that take me into some type of depression or some shit,
Yeah. You won't let yourself get that low.
No, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm like going through, just an interesting time in my life. You know what I mean? So, I've been a cat, blue collar, hardworking cat all my life. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking about just making a hard turn and doing some traveling for a while. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like where I'm at. What do you see in that respect?
It's there.
Yeah.
The fact that you're bringing it up and it's inside of you might want to do that because you've been a hard worker your whole life. Down to the point to where when you deal with coworkers, sometimes you can be a little bit too blunt for them, huh?
I've had guys approach me and tell me, yeah, man, why are you making us look bad? I mean, hey, man, I ain't making you look bad. I'm just who I am.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to work as a trash man with the city of LA, man, and I always had good relationships with my supervisors and shit like that, man. I can get along with anybody, man, but a lot of cats that be, trying to duck and dodge, man, they want to point the finger at me, and hey, man, I don't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah. But as far as you have that Ace of Hearts, you and your Uranus years, Ace of Hearts. Okay, let me read what that's telling me.
All right.
Because that's probably that's why you're feeling that need to travel because you're in those years, and yeah, Ace of Hearts is you're in a period of your life where you're focused on your self-interest. What's in it for me? That's where you are right now in your life, right? Hey,
man, you know what the thing is that is what has been coming to me, from like my closest friend, my son, they're telling me, hey man, you need to stop working and focus on you, period.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I pretty much can do what I want to do, man. It's not like, I ain't wealthy by no means, man, but I don't worry about paying no bills, and I got as much money as I want when I want it. So, anything more than enough is too much.
Yeah. So I would embrace the travel if I were you.
Yeah.
Because you're also a worldly person. You like to learn. You like to figure. You like, as Ace of Clubs. You get a lot of your power within, your experiences and your knowledge. So the more experiences you can have outside of your day to day, the better off you're going to be.
Right.
Right. So if I were you, I would embrace the travel and be open-minded while you're out there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm in it. Hey, man, it's been absolute pleasure talking with you, man. And like I say, it just makes me feel so good. I mean, man, I come out of the Black Power, John Carlos, Black Power, I'm black and I'm proud. I come out of that. That's who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, of course, we live in a society that wants to promote, the worst behavior of those in our group. Man, most of the cats that I know, man, is good cats like you and Craig trying to do what you do. Corey Holcomb, I'm just, just trying to do you. Stay out the way. You understand what I'm saying? That's 99.9% of the people I know. And hey, man, why you gonna get mad at me when I'm an everyday working cat? And I do what I do and I get what I get. Why are you gonna get mad at me for being happy about that?
Yeah, that's why you can't. And that's the thing. That's why with you can't focus on what the other people are saying and looking at you, because you got your own path, and your path is a path of you're on a knowledge seeking path. You've been on that path your whole life, on really seeking and understanding things, and and sometimes that seeking and understanding can get you caught up in people who don't dig your program. They want to say negative things about you and say things to you that aren't constructive. Remember, don't let those people, don't let those detractors tie you up. You want to stay in your zone. You know what I mean? Because those people are irrelevant. You're the king of your world, and you want to make sure that you live that out to its highest level. You really don't have time to deal with those jackasses. You really don't.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure.
Yes,
I don't want to soak up all the time. Man. But I mean, I get it. I really, I've enjoyed listening to you talk about your travels in relationship to having dealt with the child services thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like my eldest son, he's always been cool with kids, man, and cool with young people, and, teaching hip hop classes when he was living up in Oakland, and interacting with youth.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a cold-blooded. Man, I'm an old son of a gun, so I'm looking at you from a different perspective. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, man, look at this cat, man. He's taken what he's come through the indoctrination system and learned, and he went into that area of study and work, and he saw where, oh no, this ain't the way they presented this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They coming with some other shit, and I don't particularly care for it, and this is what I'm gonna do about it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Because life ain't about what happens to you; it's about what you do with it, man. Yeah. But thanks for calling. Yeah. I got another call coming in. Thanks.
Hey, man.
Mm-hmm. 901 call back. Thanks again for giving us a call, brother. I tried to answer your call, 901. It hung up right when I hit answer. So call right on back, 901, and I will make sure to answer immediately. Call right on back. Here we go. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This Sabrina from Memphis.
Sabrina from Memphis, home of that good
by
old
way
blues.
Of New Orleans. By way of New Orleans.
Oh, home of jazz. Shit, you musical? What's your birth card?
Home of the crawfish and the real black natives. When I mean black, I mean brown, kings, queens, niggas, the original nigga,
Yep, Louisiana, there's so much culture that was going on down there, and they want to make it seem
as if New Orleans.
Yeah, they want to make it seem as if New Orleans didn't get culture until the French came. Shit. New Orleans taught the French culture.
My last name is French, so I do understand when they came through, that's one thing, but they had to come through where we were already at. So it sounds odd that people like to start at the original of the Europeans and not understand original mean native, born here,
Exactly.
So they keep thinking native is some imported type stuff,
Yeah, and New Orleans, like, I always tell people, if you think the French brought culture to New Orleans, they brought the music. Show me the music scene in France. French music ain't shit, and they food ain't that good either, other than French toast.
Export things, and sometimes they come to where it's at. Because they had a guy back in the day that said, it's not where you're from, it's where you at. So we just make the best of wherever we at. Like, I'm in Memphis. I saw that pyramid. I was just traveling through, and this was before Katrina. So when I decided to relocate, because I'm a survivor and not a victim all the time, I decided, look, something is drawing me to Memphis. I know our people are there, regardless of who controls everything. I just want to go where, like I just heard you tell another caller, we go, where we need to be and then make the best of it, because that's what life is, making the best. You said this, actually. You make the best of whatever it is, because all of it is inclusive anyway. So
all of it.
You don't want to dismiss nothing. Even though the lies, I was indoctrinated too, but I've been saw through the BS, but I didn't know the words to explain it, to kind of, battle, because I know it's all semantics and wordplay. So I started studying words since they say God was the word. Okay, well, I want to be powerful then. Let me do this. Since I can't get over the other things that's out of my control, let me do what I can do and master that, because I want to know what they know and thinking, if I use my mind, which is the spirit, I can actually apply a lot of that stuff that I do think I know, and all the extra stuff I don't know yet. That's what I'm going to use my life for, figuring it out, I don't want to give up and, let the enemy just completely have their will with me. It don't feel right, My intuition is the most strongest. So I feel you all the time, every time I listen to you, and I'm like, darn, man, I want to talk to these people, and they're far away, but that's what the technology is for. So
that's exactly what this tech is for.
And I want to apply that. Y'all was saying I took applied science of technology, so I've been saw where it was going. And so I'm like, let me get on that because I'm an advanced student. I always was a scholar, and I like you said, knowledge is powerful, so I wanted some of that power. I couldn't get the money, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to have skills, so the money going to come. And I didn't have nobody teaching it to me directly. I'm a Capricorn like you. So I kind of just absorb things. January 12th, 77. That's 135. So, I'm just all through the ends and odds, and I just love everything, numbers, everything. I'm intuitive, and I just like learning.
Oh, one second, you said January 7th or 2nd?
No, 12th, 77,
Or January 12th, 77.
And I'm like, them 2 7s, you know what I'm saying? I heard them I study numerology. I try to study everything, and I don't quite know where to put everything. So I just say, well, everything has its time and place, and when I figure it out all the way, it's going to be when I need it, like usual,
I see why you called in, because you're also a 2 of spades.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I must have came in late. I'm a little tardy because I be having other things going on. But that's all right, though. Late is better than not at all. I didn't hear that.
Every reading is different. Like, even though I may have 2 people that have the same exact card.
Yeah, because we all different.
We all have our own energy. We all have our own way of doing it.
We all isotopes of the original element, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand all the earth, wind, and fire. I get drawn to things without people pointing it out to me, but I just have this strong connection and something, and I think is out of place because I can't explain it. But for some reason, it always makes sense because I try to make the best of everything. I'm like, I like learning, so I must have to learn something from this. And even if I don't use information or knowledge, I pass it on. I want to share it. I don't feel like it's necessary to hold it in, And they say you talk too much, but I'm like, isn't learning and then communication is the tool that helped us evolve from the other primates? So I'm thinking I don't want to waste people die for the ability to speak. And we was dying from even being smart and learning. So why would I not use it and think as much as possible and talk as much as possible? No telling when they're going to take it away again,
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And I don't never find enough people to talk to who have sense,
Yeah. And with you being a Capricorn, you are a 2 of spades in Capricorn again. So you've dealt with a lot of indecision in your life. And indecision is something that gets in your way. Indecision can be the things that stops you from making moves. So you always want to make sure that you're not in that indecisive pattern. You want to make sure that whenever you make a decision, like you did when you move, you stick your heels in the ground and you go forward with it. You also, you have a strong desire to partner with to people. You want to you like partnerships, but you're not gonna do a partnership if it ain't right. You're not gonna just partner to partner. You're only gonna partner when it's right. But when it is right,
because I can be alone, but I like the socialization. I feel like it feels good being able to share things. I don't like loneliness unless I'm going within. Other than that, I just feel like I love being social, But like I said, it's dangerous because people out there was vampires, and that's where the indecisiveness comes from. Me and put myself out there, being like Forrest Gump, basically, thinking like, naive or being nice all the time. And I'm like, nothing wrong with understanding the other side of me. And people try to make me feel bad and crazy for it. And that would kind of made me be indecisive. So I'm like, nah, I'm scared to think on my own because they're trying to make me seem like I'm wrong for that. And even people I looked up to, I admired them. they even, like, I allowed myself to be disappointed by other people. I didn't realize I had what I needed. I just had to give myself time to understand it, and I didn't.
Exactly. And
they
you
didn't want to. You
have,
talk too much, so it made me want to shut up. Like, what am I do with these words?
You also have an 8 of diamonds in your Uranus.
Ooh.
And that tells me that
diamond in my anus. I'm just playing.
8 of diamonds.
I'm just playing. I got a sense of humor in this. The words, I play on words, so when I hear these words, I don't hear it like other people. So it's like I get kicks from it, you know?
Yeah, that 8 of diamonds in the Uranus card, that lets you know that you've also have you've been fairly financially protected. Like you haven't you don't go you're at your lowest point, you ain't gonna be just dead broke. You're gonna have enough to get through to what you need to get through.
I'm very creative, and I make the best of the little things, and be, I'm kind of humble in that sense. Like,
that's why
I didn't have it, so I was able to make myself feel good without having it all. So when I realized I can feel good without having it all, I was like, ooh, my creative side came out. So I'm like, if I have the skill, I don't need all that money to get all kind of things that's irrelevant and overrated. So if I just be happy with what I have, that's good enough.
You also want to know that this is good to be happy with what you have, but also know this: if you ever desire more and you put your mind to it, you can get that. There's nothing holding you back. The only thing that will hold you back from getting exactly what you want is indecision.
Yes. I'm scared of the people who are around me because I feel like they keep leeching off me, and now I'm scared to get it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared to have it. Like, I'm gonna be one of the people they gonna kill and take everything I got because I'm so nice, and then I'm gonna show them how to get it, so they ain't gonna have to steal it from me. And they just be like, nope, I want to try to be like a criminal. They want to try to, like the criminals do. They'll do something with you, and I'm a team player, right? And they'll try to kill you at the end and take it all. I have that fear because I have been done that with the little things. So I'm scared if I get something big and they don't already tried me with the little shit. Excuse my French, I'm sorry.
You gotta remember,
that's the Hobson in me.
You gotta know that though. Here's the thing with fear.
Yeah, I know.
The biggest thing you want is you just want to make sure you learned the lesson from the last time you've gone through these things. Because if you learn the lesson and you learn what the if you gotten taken or if
you can avoid it.
If you've learned anything from it.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you want to make
don't
sure
do it again.
No, that you just take it and you run with it. You want to learn. Take the knowledge that you learned and use it, because if you apply the knowledge that you learned from the last time something happened to you, then at that point you won't have that same issue again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you just ignore the lesson and you go back and do the exact same thing over again the way you did the last time, then you'll definitely bump your head again.
Yeah. And with that being said, it's so clear, and you said it exactly the way I needed to hear it. I just lost my son about 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
my eldest son. Yeah. So that was kind of like something that I was battling right before the pandemic. That same year, like I lost my son on for Easter Sunday. I lost my son.
Oh, wow.
So you gotta understand, I had stepped away from religion because I knew the mind was my body is the temple. I kind of knew things, and I felt like the world wasn't ready for me to to speak it in the way it was supposed to be spoken in the first beginning. And I feel like I can't go against the church. I love goodness. I know God is good, and then there's got both energies, the female and the male. I know about all that, but I didn't know how to, not let the things I go through get in the way of my. That was a big old hiccup. I went all the way back when it happened with my son, because I was like the guy was before me. He was speaking on something, and I was like, I don't understand how you bury your child, because it's so new and not something I expected, nothing you prepare for. You're thinking, you're doing the best you can,
and they'll be
here
forever.
Back. Yeah. And not even forever, because I understand, you know what I'm saying, all the phases of matter and all that, so you don't really die, and energy don't die, and it's created. I understand all that part, but the part you don't understand is a feeling you never felt before, because if you never felt it, you don't know how to, I can't even explain, because it's unexplainable, actually.
It is unexplainable.
You would have to die to be able to explain death, and so I don't know what's on that side of that phase of existence. So with that being said, it was scary for me to see that, and I felt like because I was trying to put my feet out and do what I felt like my purpose is, other than being a great mom of 3 handsome men, kings, I feel like I'm helping do something good on no matter what people's belief is. We all still connected, and I'm like I'm doing something. I'm not just wasting away. I'm learning. I'm trying to be a mother to my kids. I'm a productive person. I'm not just sitting around work. I went to school. I graduated. I like completion, and now I need to stop, like you said, being indecisive. And this past, I said things and I thought I was getting attacked. And that's what made me sit back. I'm like, am I being attacked? A lot of these people who come out and say things that they're not supposed to say, bad things happen to them, and it scared me. Being a leader, and I was taught that, Capricorns are leaders, but I didn't really follow just the mode. I necessarily was just trying to feel it through. Like, okay, I know they said this, but why I'm feeling this? Let me go with this feeling, my intuition first, and then I'm going to come back to what I'm like, let me just listen to what they said. And that what makes me so indecisive, is trying to get away from what they said. And I'm like, I already know they're lying and they're misleading us, so why? Just because I'm keep feeling the loneliness of people feeling like, well, we're not ready for that thought yet. And you're moving too fast. I'm advanced. So it's kind of like I got to wait for people to catch up. I'm waiting for people to catch up.
Diamonds.
Scary.
With that 8 of diamonds, you also have very strong psychic gifts. You can see things.
That's exactly, and that's what's make me so indecisive, because I'm scared of what I see and what I be feeling. And every time I try to step out, I'm around the wrong people who try to
Here's your thing you got to watch out for.
All this crazy stuff. I'm keep feeling everybody else's feelings.
With your gifts, what I'm reading out of you is your gifts are your gifts. You know what I mean? When I say that, I mean you use your gifts for your betterment, for your constructive activity. You don't necessarily share it with everyone else, because when you share it, like some people, like for me, I have some of these gifts, but my card being King of Clubs, it's in alignment for me to be more out there with it, to do this. If I weren't doing this, I'd be out of alignment. And trust me, I've been on cards for a long time. I never purposely wanted to put myself out there, because I'm like, man, this is for me. I ain't trying to let everybody know what I do. But for me, I have to put it out there. For you being a 2 of spades, you don't necessarily have to put it out there. But you want to use your spirituality, use your ability, your intuition for your better good. You have to know this. When you intuitively know something, when your intuition is telling you to go in a certain direction, you have to go. You have to learn how to get past the fear, and you got to push through with it. I
had stomach ulcers. Other than being the contaminated water coming from New Orleans and all the, you're living in Cancer Alley, other than that part, the environmental part, I do suffer with, indecisiveness enough to get me sick, because I can't release it, because just like you just explained, man, it's just, you're so good. You good. And I've been playing cards all my life, and I'm like, why I'm attracted to these cards and these symbols so much? What is all this about?
They all
mean spirituality part, I'm psychic, and I predicted all this stuff that was happening, but it didn't come out sounding like a predictor, because I didn't want to sound like one of those false prophets. And it's like I did everything for free. People siphoned off my ideas. I gave it away, because I thought I was sharing what we were supposed to be told and taught, and they took it and did stuff with it. I'm like, maybe I'm a motivator, and I just motivate other people, and I'm just too scared to follow my own advice.
No. That's what it is.
That's what I'm doing, or it's just that I got enough to share, and I don't mind.
You got to remember this. I remember this, and I'm gonna end the call, because I have to get on to another about
yes.
in the
and
show.
You did a lot within this little time. Thank you.
But you got to know this: your gifts are for you, and as long as you have your gifts, you want to make sure that you use them for your empowerment, for your betterment. You got to make sure you do that. You cannot have fear to live your best life. Because
I was scared to be selfish. You're right.
you have to do this for you, and even though you have the fears, you have to learn to break through the fears, in order to do that.
All that trauma, didn't help, and not having nobody to help me focus on what it is that I was supposed to clear from the trauma, like you said, get the fear out. I hear it. I guess I didn't have enough guidance to battle against the ones who was, trying to make me, not follow it. Yes. Bad influences, bad people around you, bad energy, all that extra stuff. So you're right. Oh, man, you're so right. I love people who write, because nothing wrong with trying to be right, as long as it's not misplaced. Righteous is the way we're supposed to be, right? So what's wrong with being right? They were like, you're always trying to be right. I'm like, am I supposed to be wrong on purpose?
I'm just here trying to help. So thanks for giving us a call.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
I'm listening. Okay.
Yeah, people. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. We're here to help, because when it comes down to it, you know, I learned this science to first help myself, because you got to help yourself first, right? First to help myself, and then to help other people out, you know? So I'm glad I've been able to help y'all out with the readings. Thank you for everybody that sent the Cash App. Thank you for everybody that called in. And know you can book your readings at breakthroughas.org. The link is also in the description. The link is also in the chat room. So you want to make sure that, you know, I'm glad I was able to help y'all. Hopefully I can help some more people when y'all call in. And also the readings, I can read anything. I can read your relationships. I can read your business. I can read what your year, what you should be doing, how you should chart out your year. I can read all of that. So, you know, make sure you book at breakthroughas.org. Yeah. I appreciate that, Jack King, in the chat room. Are you probably? And you said the reading was a therapy session. That's dope. That's dope. Oh, DJ Show in the building. What's up, Show? So yeah, that's what we're here for. We use the spiritual sciences to help us out here on Earth. We don't use these spiritual sciences for some theoretical, you know, look, I'm smarter than you stuff. That's not what we're here for. We're here every day to use these sciences to apply here on Earth and know where the pitfalls are and to avoid the the pitfalls. Know where your rewards are. That's what we're here to do. You dig? So I want y'all to remember that, all right? And also remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages. For those who are willing to pick up the game. Thank y'all again for listening. Get your Black American flag, a Black American family tree, posters and t-shirts at Breakthrough. I have so many websites at incenseandashtrays.com. Get your Black History t-shirts at hotepish.com. Get ready for my interview with a political strategist. I'm drawing a goddamn blank. Roger, I'm drawing a goddamn blank. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Shit, I've been so tapped in. I also have another interview coming up pretty soon. I have a special show coming up pretty soon with some scientists talking about all of the oil that's poisoning Watts, California, and I have a special message of a special show. I'm still trying to coordinate it with the scientists to talk about the oil spill that's under Magic Johnson Park over here in Watts, not too far from where they do the Drew League. I'm gonna have them in. Roger Stone, my bad, but I'm gonna have some people talk about that special report, and also the Roger Stone interviews coming up. And if you're one of those people who you feel like you can't pick up any information from a white person, then I recommend you don't tune in that day. I'd rather you not tune in than you be in the chat room thinking you know more than the person that I have interviewing. Don't do that. We got to show more class, Black people. I was disappointed a little bit at some of the chat room comments while we had Dr. Clyde Winters on last Tuesday. We got somebody who's a researcher, somebody who spent the last 50 years doing what he's doing, speaking, yet you have people in the chat room that they're not in the chat room now, that aren't normally in this chat room, talking as if they knew more than the great doctor. And I'm not saying you don't know more. All I'm saying is this: if you feel like you know more than the person that I'm interviewing, then write a book. Put us up on game. Start your YouTube channel. And use your YouTube channel to enlighten the rest of us to the body of knowledge that you feel that you possess that's superior than someone else's body of knowledge. That's how you do it. You write a book, you start a YouTube channel, go do some TikTok videos, and if people are interested in what you have to say, people will come around and hear what you have to say. You don't jump in a chat room. A chat room is the last place you want to show your discontent. You make yourself look silly because you can't type faster than I'm going to speak. You can't type faster than the person I'm interviewing than what they're going to say. And at the end of the day, everybody's in the room to listen to the person I'm interviewing, not you. All right? So I want to make sure that y'all down with that. And I appreciate y'all. All right? Y'all have a good one. I'll be back soon.